Hello, this is Venus V. Welcome to the Venus Have UPSC channel. Today, without any delay, we will discuss about the topic quantum dots. Why quantum dots? Why should we discuss about this? As you all know that this year Nobel Prize 2023 for the Department of Chemistry was given to the people who researched on the topic of quantum dots. That's why we are discussing the quantum dots topic, and it is very important to discuss and know about the in detail about this topic as per science and technology paper and also in prelims perspective also. So overall it is important. So let's move into the topic, or let's dive into the topic. This year 2023 Nobel Prize for Chemistry Department was given to especially three people. The first one is Alexei Ekimov, the second one is Louis Bruce, and the third one is Maungi Bawendi. These three people were being awarded the Nobel Prize this year for their significant research on the or contribution for the department of quantum dots. What actually this quantum dots is, imagine you are traveling in a bus and the pack and you have your own seat and it is also not packed and not crowded, then you feel very relaxed while going to the destination. But same time, imagine if you are traveling in a bus which is completely packed and crowded and you have to stand up as there is no seat available for you and reach the destination, and it is, imagine it is even summer also, then you feel very irritated and tired. So here what it says, your reaction is depending upon the properties of weather and also the density. Something like this similar also happen with this quantum dots and atoms. If atoms are packed tightly in a low density vessel, they behave different way. If they are packed loosely in a high density vessel, they behave in a other way. So this is the difference in the behavior of atoms. Like this, something like this part has been provided the way for the discovery of quantum dots. This quantum dots is nothing but a very small semi-conducting nanocrystal which is made up of different materials, especially three materials was considered to for the creation of this quantum dots, that are especially silicon, cadmium selenide, cadmium sulfide. These three are especially used as a material for the preparation of the quantum dots. And coming to this size, it's range from 2 to 10 nanometer. If you want to know in detail what actually 1 nanometer goes to, it is nearly the width of 2 silicon. So by this you can imagine the actual size of 1 nanometer. To say about this in much more detail, imagine a bell in temples or schools, you know the bell. If it is the larger size one, then the sound will be less. That means the pitch sound will be less, but it will have the higher amplitude. Same if the small of the bell is then it is having higher pitch sound and lower amplitude. That means the smaller the size, the energy is higher. The bigger the size, the energy of the pitch sound is lower. Exactly, similarly, exactly in this way only the quantum dots also behave. So the smaller the size of the quantum crystal is, the energy will be higher, the reflection of the light will be high wavelength. What these quantum dots actually do, they observe the light. They can observe the light. When they were about to reflect the light, they will release some energy. So the color will change depending upon the their releasing energy amount. The smaller the size of the quantum crystal is, the higher its energy will be released. So the higher energy means it is obviously in the color of blue. The lower energy means it is obviously in the color of red. So always the quantum dots which are bigger in size in the quantum crystals, they will reflect the light in the color of red. The quantum dots which are smaller in size, they will be in the bluer color as they release high amount of energy. So if we take from the big to small ranges of the sizes, the colors will be like in particularly like red. Next it will reduce a bit to orange. Next yellow. Next green. And the smaller the ball is, the bluish it used to be displayed. So its optical properties of the crystal, the quantum dots are going to change as per its size. The size varies and its optical properties are also going to vary. It's not just optical properties. As the size changes now, along with optical properties is electrical, magnetic and even catalysis properties also changes. It's a very important property of the quantum dots, or we can say the key property of the quantum dots. If we take a normal organic conjugated molecule, This conjugated molecule changes its color depending upon its conjugation. It's the change in the material or the change in anything, but not in size. Depending on its conjugation, its color changes. But nanomaterial is different. This quantum dots is different. Here the size is similar, but the main problem is sorry, here the material is similar. The material they are going to use, everything is going to be similar of the quantum dots. But here the varying the thing that changes is size, which is going to change the optical properties of the material. So I hope you understood what actually quantum dots are and how they work and what its key property is. It actually absorbs light and releases the energy in the form of light. The size it varies and the color it changes. This is the main key property and the key work of the quantum dot. We will talk about each individual scientist who been awarded this Nobel Award and their works regarding this quantum dots. Initially, the first one is Alexei Ekimov. His work was started in 1981. As you all know, that 1970s and 1980s is an age of semiconductors. Many scientists in that time researched on the semiconductors and how they worked, how they interacted with light. Similarly, this scientist Alexei Akimov also did the same. He has studied semiconductor in the properties of light and its observance. For that, he took number of colored glasses and he melted them and then he tinted them with the copper chloride. And then after cooling, then he observed that some part of copper chloride went inside the part of glass also, and along with that, color of the glass is changing depends upon the size of copper chloride was being inserted into that molten material. He is the first person who said that depending upon the size of something, the property or the color changes. The key concept of quantum dot came, but it was very robust and it has no application at that time, that moment. The next one is Louis Bruce. His main target is to find the chemical reactions to solar energy. He took a chemical which is called as cadmium sulfate, which can absorb the light and then further led to the chemical reaction. So it was a molten one, so liquid form. That he observed that the more area surface of the cadmium sulfate is, the more the crystal color is dependent. More the surface is, the bluer it is. The lesser the surface of cadmium sulfate is, then the reddish it is. So they put the crystals in a dissolved solvent and then started chopping in different sizes and found out this change. Still, it is also not that much effective. It is also in a robust manner as the size was not uniform. So we can't say that this property of size in much efficient manner. Last and but not the least, the Mongi G. Bevan B is the last one who produced the uniform size crystal. That is finally known as quantum dot, which is in uniform size. And its application is so many various devices, like we can say LED screens, and also it can locate the tumor in medical field. It can locate the tumor in the human body. Also, solar panels and also various applications were there for the quantum dots. Lastly, before going to say why I'm going to discuss a smaller topic in this video, that is government needs to prioritize childhood cancers. You all know that another childhood cancer awareness month has been concluded. Doctors say that there should be something more progress to be done to better manage this pediatric cancers. We should raise some awareness. We should also ensure the treatment by specialists. We should increase care centers and also making treatments affordable to the people. And especially we have to prioritize these childhood cancers. Overall in the world, if we take pediatric cancers are going to be nearly 2-3% of all cancers that are diagnosed in India. India, out of all the cancers diagnosed, 2 to 3% used to be pediatric, especially the three kind of cancers. First one is the blood cancer, which is leukemia, is very much familiar or the most common in the children. This one is lymphoma, and the third one is brain and central nervous system tumors. Leukemia is followed by the brain tumors in most in children. This is due to lack of awareness. So Indian government has to prioritize childhood cancers and should provide some incentives and also should increase the childhood care centers, provide more insurance to the children health. It is very important to create awareness as because specific symptoms for this cancer know in an early stage. There are small symptoms like fever, headache, vomiting, and abdominal pain. So what happens? The people bring their children in a very advanced stage, which is very difficult for the treatment. creating awareness that it is also possible and making people to visit hospitals in the early stage is the awareness we have to create. So at the end we can say the government needs to prioritize this childhood cancers and has to create some incentives and also some schemes related to this. Hope you all liked the video. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Venus Our UPSC channel, and please do comment your valuable reviews about the video in the comment box. And if there are any suggestions or any kind of topics you want me to cover, kindly mention them in the comment box. I will try my best to cover them in the upcoming videos as soon as possible. And please don't forget to press on the bell icon to get the subscription and the notification of the videos directly into your phone. And once again, thank you very much. Hope you all are having a very nice day. And don't forget to keep smiling so that the productivity of your mind is very healthy and your peace reflects in the glow of your face. Signing off, Venus V.